You know, they say good things come to those who wait, and that is definitely the case with the final chapter in the Metal Gear Solid saga. In Metal Gear Solid 4, by Konami of course, this PlayStation 3 exclusive is definitely one of the best games that I have ever played, complete with stunning graphics and a deep, albeit confusing storyline. In the game, series hero Solid Snake, although a little older this time around, returns to save the world from evil military corporations and genetically engineered super soldiers. All the familiar faces return, including a few new ones, like the arms dealer that fills you in on the different enemies that you come across, as well as supplying you with different weaponry when you need them. The gameplay hasn't changed much in this edition of the game, and you aren't free to move through the levels either by stealth or shooting everything in sight that moves. The developers have also focused more on the combat in this chapter than in the previous games. Snake's abilities range from stick-ups to chokeholds and throws. There are plenty of gadgets and weapons that you can tailor to your style of play as well. And as you make your way through the levels, you are never alone as you can access various help from friends, including the arms dealer. This makes the game easier than it should be on the default difficulty setting, but with the varied and sometimes very difficult boss battles, the added assistance can actually be quite helpful. Since you can actually approach the levels any way that you want to, there are a lot of different items to find and try at least once. Rolling over some unsuspecting enemy in a rusty metal barrel never gets old, trust me. The bread and butter of this game has always been the story, and it doesn't disappoint this time around. The storyline can get a bit heavy-handed, especially to those who haven't played the previous games in the series. Now, while the game has a confusing story, watching the cutscenes is a definite treat and a definite must, but the cutscenes can go on for as long as an hour. This is the game that all PlayStation 3 fans have been waiting for. All of the scenes are rendered in real time on the system, and they act more like an interactive movie than a simple cutscene. Also, for the first time, an online component has been added to the game as well in the introductory Metal Gear Online. The online play comes with the now standard deathmatch and team deathmatch for up to 16 players. No effort was spared in multiplayer as the maps and gameplay are just as beautifully detailed and easy to learn. The controls, however, do take some getting used to. The interesting game type is a sneaking game that changes the normal run and shoot action to a slower paced sneaking action. In it, players can take on the role of Snake or a small robot that can go invisible and sneak up on other players for a truly, say, shocking experience. The only real takeaway from multiplayer is that it took me almost 20 minutes to set up my account, as it doesn't use your PlayStation Network ID at all. The online part is competent enough, but it feels like it is really there to say that Metal Gear can now do online, even though it feels tacked on in its presentation and cumbersome registration process. Overall, Metal Gear Solid 4 is a wonderful achievement in gaming and a definite must-own for all owners of a PlayStation 3 console, as well as one of the must-haves of this generation. The game is out now, it's rated M for mature, and Texas Gamer gives it a 4.5 out of 5. For Texas Gamer, I'm Mark Adams.